Hi, this is Dawn with Sugar Free with Dawn. I just popped some date balls in the freezer and I thought, you know what? I want to make a video that is going to be of encouragement. I want these words to be of an encouragement to you because here's the thing. There's so much food out there on the shelves and in everywhere that you look, everywhere you turn, every event you go to, every birthday, every celebration. There's going to be food there if you're trying to eat sugar free that you really shouldn't be having. And I'm going to just say this, go easy on yourself about it. Like, it's okay to, feel upset that you can't eat something. But in the end, if you just commit to being sugar free, obviously, if this is even something that you want to do, this journey is not for everyone. It's not a cakewalk. It really starts off very um, hard. That's the reality of it. It's going to start off hard, especially what I did at the end of December before I went sugar free January 1. What I did was I literally had every single thing that I wanted the last couple weeks in December. So by the January 1, I was feeling completely like crap and all out of sorts. So that made it even harder for me to, try to get off sugar. And I know some people suggest, well, you know what, you can just wean yourself off. I suggest that if there's anything in your mind, you're like, if you felt like you couldn't have that again, that you would be like totally disappointed, go ahead and treat yourself. Have a couple of things that you'd really like to have. And then, you know what, just say, but when this is over, I'm done. Like, I am going to give myself this opportunity to get off sugar and to see how I can really feel about it. I did start this January 1, and right now it's August. And I can say that over, in the very beginning, yes, it was very challenging. There were tears, there was frustration, but it does get easier over time. And you know what they say, I don't, you probably heard the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's kind of how you need to look at this. But I want you to look at it not one bite at a time, but one day at a time, one meal at a time. You don't have to be perfect. But the other thing that's super important is that you have to realize that this is a journey that you're going to go on only for you. Okay. You can't make this decision to do this because somebody else in your life is doing it, or you feel like you're obligated to do it for some reason. This has to be a commitment that's going to come from within you. Because here's the reality, some days it's going to be hard. One of my biggest game changers, which I can't even believe it is because I didn't even expect to do this, but I committed that I wouldn't eat past 7 o'clock. Like I have like an eating window 5 days a week. I eat like starting 11 or 12 o'clock, and I stop myself at 7 o'clock. And then the 2 other days of the week, I allow myself to have breakfast. And here's the thing, I didn't realize, like, if you commit to eating window and you say, you know what, I'm not eating past 7, it has been a game changer for me because I can't even believe it. Even 8 months into this, the other night, I think it was even last night, something's like, oh, why don't you just have something? It was like 7:30. I'm like, no, I am not eating something. I don't even know where those thoughts, they're so random. I don't even know where they come from, but I can say it's probably a lot of like programming that we've gone through over the course of our life. But I was like, no, I'm not having anything. I'll eat tomorrow. And that's basically what I do. Sometimes I will go ahead and have water if I'm feeling like, am I really hungry or am I thirsty or what's going on here? But the thing about this is, if you commit to this journey for yourself over time, it is going to be absolutely get easier. And, somewhere I think around last month, which was like in July, I realized that I was no longer feeling like what was I giving up, but I was like, felt more what I'm gaining. What have I gained from this experience? And I have gained so much. First of all, I never, never, never have gone on, 30 minutes of movement a day. Right now, I'm like on my 39th day or something of 30 minutes of movement a day. And that is something I never would have done. And I just know that is because of the changes that I'm making. And I'm just so pleased that I don't feel like I look at food anymore and am disappointed about what I'm not having. So today I went out to breakfast with my husband, and he had an amazing looking plate of like biscuits and gravy and stuff. And even when the waitress came to take our order and he said what he was going to have, and I was like, you know what, I just like to have a water. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And I have gotten so much more comfortable going out with friends and family and saying, I'm just going to have the water right now. And people are super understanding. But listen, you have to be very committed from within yourself to be able to stand to that. And so I just want to encourage you, this is completely, utterly doable. For the last 30 years, I've been utterly addicted to sweets. If I was going somewhere, I would be the one that was bringing the cookies and the brownies and the carrot cake and whatever. And it's just a whole shift in mindset. But you know what? It does get easier. It is doable. And I find for myself, like this year, I'm totally given up all sweeteners. I'm not having any coffee right now. I'm not having any grains because I needed a complete reset. I was just like using food as a means of comfort. And there's other ways that you can get comfort besides food, whether it's reading a good book or taking a walk or just, thinking about something fun or listening to music that you enjoy or taking up a new hobby. There are absolutely things that you could do that could bring joy to your life that doesn't have to be food. I know from a very young age, we're kind of programmed to like have a celebration and have food, but it doesn't have to be that way. And you know what? Any day you could start this. You don't need to wait for January 1 or September 1st. You could start this on a Thursday and just know that you have the ability to do this within you. And if you fall off or, make a slip up, just go easy on yourself. And that's the other thing I just want to remind you. We all need to be kind to ourselves. Never mind. I mean, of course, you want to be kind to one another, but really, how can you be kind to somebody else if you can't even talk kind and loving yourself? And that's really where this needs to start. Just an absolute love and appreciation for the person that you are and the opportunity that you have to be here right now. So, with that being said, I really appreciate you following me and following along on my journey. And just know that this is so possible and doable. You've got this. With that being said, I just want to remind you to please go easy on yourself because you really deserve kindness.